Hey there, I'm Pastor Brian, and it's time for Questions from Kids. Lily from Roanoke, Virginia asks,
I want to read the Bible, but where should I start?
Lily, I am so glad that you want to read the Bible. It's so important that we spend time in God's Word. It's the way that we can grow in our relationship with God the best. And the Bible is a great thing because you can jump in anywhere and you're going to learn something about God. You're going to grow. All of the Bible is meaningful. But let me give you a tip or two. The first thing is just don't bounce around. Some people have this idea that they're just going to open up the Bible and wherever it opens, that's what they're going to read. You wouldn't read a story that way, would you? If you checked out a book from the library, a novel, for example, you wouldn't just kind of read random pages. You would start in the beginning and go to the end because that's how stories are understood the best. And so I would encourage you to consider that. Consider starting in Genesis, the beginning of the story, and reading forward. But short of that, if you don't want to do that, it would be good to read a book in its entirety. So I always recommend the book of John, the Gospel of John. It's a great gospel that talks about the story of Jesus, of course. Start from John chapter 1 and just read to the end. Read a little bit at a time. It's not a matter of quantity, it's a matter of quality. Take your time. If you don't understand something, stop, go back and read it again, or look up words you don't understand. The key here is not to read words on the paper, it's let this book read you and your heart, and for you to grow in your understanding of God. So take your time. If you read one verse and that's it, but you understand it and God is working in your heart through it, that's a great time of Bible reading. If you read a chapter, that's great too. Just read what God has put before you, take your time, work through it. But thank you so much for desiring to read God's Word. That's really encouraging to hear. So why is the Bible important to you?